Hi. Hello. Y'all, we are back. We are back. Y'all got me 3 times today, honey. Yes. Let's get into our show. We got some great stuff to talk about, honey. Yes, we do. We have some great stuff to talk about. So we're going to get into it, honey. No, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. How you doing, baby Brooks? How you doing? How you doing? Okay. Not sure why that's doing that. Let's see. Notifications on. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Thank you guys for being here. I see everybody coming in the chat. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the like as you enter, because we have a lot of news that I know you guys gonna be able to use tonight, honey, in this live. Okay. Yes, and yes. Hey, Monica Gillespie. Hi. Let's get into our show, guys, because we got a lot to get through. We got the deposition for this case for Diddy that I want to go through. We got some Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff we're going to breeze through right quick. Something on Martell Holt we're going to run through. We ain't going to stay on it long. A lot of our show tonight is going to be about Diddy because Diddy is in the news. Diddy has been acting out. Let me cut on my other lights so we can be. There we go. Boom. Yeah, honey, we're gonna get into it. I know y'all been hearing about Diddy, but we got to get into this Diddy news so that everybody can stay up on what's going on. Okay, I want to give you all the developments. By the time you get off my channel today, y'all gonna be like, Lord, I have heard everything about Diddy. Okay, because we're gonna get through it all right here on the Caramel Rail Show. Okay. So everything said in the video is alleged in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, as you guys can see going across my screen. All right. Yes, God. All right. So last night you guys were asking me, what is it that I put on my hair? I said, Lord, don't let me forget. So I said, let me bring it up here and bring it upstairs, honey, so that we can go over it right quick. And we're going to get that out the way first. Now, y'all remember I was telling you about the placenta conditioner. It's called henna and placenta. Okay. Lord, why am I sounding like Tisha? All right. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Okay. Remember I told you it was in a brown pack with the pink. At my beauty supply store is $159. As you guys can see, it's not much, but it packs a punch when it comes to keeping your hair silky and safe out here. Okay, it helps with split ends and everything else. All right, restores life and luster to extremely damaged hair. So if your hair is damaged, brittle, if it's breaking, if it's shedding, you want something that's going to help stop that. As you can see, I always use the super strength because I like that extra punch. You can get the regular if you want to. I like this one because it's the super strength. Okay. Y'all see that? I'm sharing all my secrets. All right. And then I use a special type of oil if you have like really dry scalp, or if you just want something to keep your hair very, I don't know, moisturized, or your scalp moisturized to where it's not like flaky or whatever, because that's how mine gets sometimes. I have very dry scalp. So this is what I use, argan oil. It's very healthy for your hair. It's the good stuff, okay? This is the good stuff. You should be able to get this at your beauty supply store as well, all right? It's the Moroccan argan oil. Argan is good for hair and skin, okay? So if you guys haven't used that, that is what I use, all right? It comes in like the little pump, as you guys can see. I'm on to a new bottle. I use my other bottle all the way up, okay? Especially when I have my braids in. I always go in between my braids, like in the parts, and I spray it on there and then massage it through. But yeah, so I'm on my new bottle now. As you guys can see at the top, I kind of started using it already. But that is what it's called, Moroccan argan oil, okay? So there you go. Somebody said, yes, I saw that before in the beauty. Yeah, that's all I use, guys. That and just shampoo and that's it, okay? But let's get into our show, all right? Let's get into our show. That's what Caramel uses on her hair. For those of you guys just coming in, boom, that's my conditioner that I use, henna and placenta conditioner, all right? Boom, all right? And that you should be able to get. You can get it off Amazon too if you guys don't want to go to the beauty supply store, stand in line, order it off Amazon, let them bring it to you, all right? Because it is on Amazon, all right? I've been turning everybody at work on to it. They be like, girl, what do you put on your hair? What do you put on your hair? And I let everybody know what I put on my hair. So I have a few girls at work, they're using it as well. So I don't know. Who knows? They need to put me a commercial or something since I'm doing all this damn promotion for henna placenta conditioner. All right. Moving on, guys, to our show. Lord, we're going to be talking about Diddy a lot. So y'all bear with me. Did I pull up one of my things that I need? Dear Lord. All right, hold up, guys. Hold up. Let me get one more thing put up that I need. Oh, God. Y'all, it's so much. It's so much. Bear with me. There we go, y'all. Okay. All right, yes, so we got that. Let's go ahead and get that. We're going to put him first. Okay, yeah. All right, let's get back to my main screen. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into Martell first. Let's get him out of the way. Then we're going to get into this Diddy stuff. We're going to be talking about Martell Holt. We're going to be doing an update on Rich Homie Quan. Y'all know they laid him to rest today. Let's go ahead and look at that. He had a nice service, and it was open to the public, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were saying that it was going to be open to the public because he had a lot of fans who wanted to pay their respects for him. Okay, it says already got the product for free. Yes, honey, come on now, free. The carrot oil. But the carrot oil comes in like this long tube, you guys, and then just has carrot oil on the top, and it has like this little spout at the top where you can go in between your parts like that and do it. I forgot to bring it up because I was rushing. Tomorrow we have to bring carrot oil tomorrow. Okay, damn, I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, y'all. Okay, yeah, we got that. Okay, so let's get into Martell first. Okay, Martell is out here fake promoting you guys. As you guys know, I think I told you guys before, Martell does not have a distributor for his Incest wine. So what he is doing is pulling old videos from the Miguel Wilson suit promoting show. That you had like some kind of suit promoting thing in Atlanta some months back. I want to say this was like last year. This was last year. So Martell thought he was slick, like he was out here at a new event, and it's not. I said, oh, I recognize that event. And I remember when Miguel Wilson had the actual event in Atlanta. Who's Who was there. Everybody was there. Martell was invited. At first, he was disinvited, and then he, I guess, was reinvited. I guess you can reinvite somebody because his ass was there. But y'all know he's been trying to work with Miguel Wilson to get some suit lines out. But Miguel told him he had to have at least $100,000 to get it off the ground. Martell don't even have $100. So we already know that shit wasn't going to happen. But Martell is posting on his Instagram old videos of the Miguel Wilson suit line event, trying to make people think that he is out here selling this Incest wine. Martell is not selling the wine. As a matter of fact, on his website, you can't even purchase it. He does not have a distributor. He does not have any wine. So he is trying to clean up his image behind the scenes and still make people think that he is this businessman when that is not the case. Let's play this old ass video that he just posted today. Why are you posting a video from last year when you haven't done shit this year, Martell, or last year? You did shit last year either. Okay, let's get into it. As long as okay, we're not gonna play the music, but my suit and tie. Okay, so y'all know they're playing Suit and Tie. That's, from Justin Timberlake. This is Martell on the fake shit. Because he ain't selling no wine. He ain't promoting no wine, okay? He ain't been promoted on his Instagram or any other damn gram. But he going to post this video today trying to make people think he was at some lavish event with celebrities when, one, you can't even leave Huntsville unless your probation officer tell you you can, Martell. So we already knew that was cap. This is an old video. This video is a year old, but you posted it like it was today. And he's saying it 6 hours ago. No, you posted the shit 6 hours ago. You were not at no fucking event because Miguel Wilson ain't had no event today. All right. I know because I follow him. So this was some old shit that Martell posted, wanting everybody to think that he is out here being a wine connoisseur and selling the Incest wine. That's him with them tight ass shorts on. Who is out here wearing? If I ever see my man with a damn suit on with some shorts, I'm going to be like, if you don't take that shit off, no, and hell no. Okay. Martell really thinks he's important. He does. Yeah, this is old Martell. Sorry, you did not trick us. We don't believe it. You need more people, okay? Sorry. It's so, let me tell y'all what's so weird. For a person who says that they don't drink, why would you start a wine business? How are you promoting something that you don't even do? That's weird. Martell said, I don't even drink. I don't drink at all. But then you go and get a wine business, and it ain't even really wine. From what I'm hearing, they said it tastes like grape juice with like a little kick to it. So, I don't know. This is some fake bullshit. But that's Martell out here on his fake shit, child. Making everybody think he's important and that he moving and shaking out here when he ain't doing a damn thing. All right. So you heard it right here. He ain't doing a damn thing. He don't have a distributor. He can't afford a distributor, okay? He can't afford to sell his wine because you have to have money in order to have a distributor to keep your business going, and he don't have it. You have to be able to pay for the bottles that your wine is going into. Martell can't even keep food on the table for his children or for himself. I told y'all before, he's happy as hell that school is back in so he can pretend he want to go up there and bond with his kids so he can eat lunch with them so he can have a free meal a day. And plus, he owes Melody Cherie $7,000, and that's coming up here real soon because I think the court custody case is, I think this month. I think it's this month, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta check my notes on that. But yeah, that's Martell out here on the bullshit, child. He ain't doing nothing. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. All right, let's get into Rich Homie Quan. Okay, Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan. Let's get you out the way, sir. All right. His funeral was held today. All right. You guys know that he was found unalive at his home with his girlfriend. His girlfriend allegedly found him on the couch. He was not breathing. She didn't say he was foaming at the mouth. They said that he probably took something like a Molly or something, and he just did not wake up. So whatever it was, it took him out of here. It says that family and loved ones of Rich Homie Quan honor his life and legacy today in South Fulton, Georgia. Says that the artist was honored with a beautiful homegoing service held in College Park. Okay. They said that let's keep his family and loved ones in prayer during this time. Okay. So let's show this. It's nice. This is really nice. Really nice. Next tab. I like the life-size pictures. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Really nice setup. Really, really nice. Okay. World Changers Church. I know exactly where that is. Really, really nice. They said it was a lot of people there. Okay. Music, but that's his casket. They're putting the lid on it. Beautiful casket, too. I like that cherry look. Beautiful. Okay. That's them putting the top back on, child. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. They gave him a really nice home going. Everything looked beautiful. I like the candle look. I like the life-size picture look. I love everything about what they did. So they really took some time and attention on putting him away nicely. He deserves. He was a great artist. He had a lot of hits. He's a father. Unfortunately, a lot of girls have come out now to say, "Oh, I was with him. Yeah, that was my dude. That was my side dude." That was so fucking disrespectful. So the hell what if he gave you a little piece of dangling? This is not the time to be coming out and announcing yourself. If he didn't announce you, why are you announcing yourself? Side chicks need to learn their damn place. This man lived with his girlfriend. Now, granted, was it right for him to be stepping out on her and doing what he did? No. But it's not right for side chicks to be coming out when you know his situation. You know he got a girl. She just came out TMZ and say, "Hey, I found my man. I came downstairs. He was laying on the couch. Da, 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 da. I went to go take the kids to school. Came back. He was unalive." Then y'all want to come out and get some clout and ride off of the clout of this man's death in terms of announcing yourself. That shit is so fucking disrespectful. I'm sorry. Do y'all think so? That is so stupid. Like, what were you hoping to get out of that? Were you hoping for people to say, "Oh, condolences to you"? No, condolences to this baby mama, the girl that he probably, hopefully, at some day was going to marry. I mean, hell, they were together, I think she said 10 years or so. I mean, maybe they won't go get married. Maybe they just understood that they were just going to be together. I don't know what the setup was. But they did live together, which means that they were, I guess, in a committed relationship. And I mean, damn, I'm pretty sure they had ups and downs like anybody else. Most rappers do step out and do what they do, and I'm not condoning that bullshit. But what I am saying is that side chicks do not need to be coming out when somebody passed away and announcing themselves and trying to ride on that cloud. Like, no, absolutely not. No, that's not cool at any point in time. Okay, no. Okay, ooh, Jesus. Let's get into this Diddy news because there is a lot. And I want to get through all of it, okay? I want to get through it all. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So Diddy, of course, you guys know, has pled not guilty. He is held without bail. Okay, thank God he don't need to be out, because anybody that he can get to tell them to shut their mouth and not speak and all that type stuff, that's exactly what he's going to do. Let's go ahead and get into this, where his attorney is determined to see Diddy out from behind bars. They says that they caught up with Mark Aganfino, I guess that's how you say his name, outside the courthouse in New York City today, where he vowed to keep fighting until Puffy, or P. Diddy rather, was a free man, which that shit will never fucking happen. If you know all of the developments that the feds have put together in terms of this case, I already told y'all, anytime the feds come and get you, they already have a case. They already know what they're there for. They already have a tight case for Diddy. So he ain't going nowhere no time soon. Y'all are wasting money, steady putting in appeals and all this. I'm hearing today the lawyers putting in an appeal tomorrow to try to get him out. This shit ain't gonna happen. They're trying to do a bond appeal. It ain't gonna happen. He is a flight risk. I said it today in my other video. Diddy is a flight risk, and he is a danger to the community. He is in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of people that can speak against him. And what's to say he don't get to those people and could unalive some people, because he's very much so made it known that he made people disappear. And we know Kim Porter ain't here. We know Pac ain't here. We know Biggie ain't here. We know Erica Kane ain't here. And so many others. So we don't want to risk people not being able to speak their truth because you want to see somebody on the streets while you sitting up here lying for him. And I get it, that's your job as a lawyer to fight for him, but this is total bullshit. Let's get into what his lawyer had to say.
So what can we expect if tomorrow doesn't go as planned?
We're going to keep fighting. We're going to fight till we get him out.
Do you feel like the judge is going to, change their mind from yesterday? I mean, what's the biggest change from today to tomorrow?
It's a different judge. It's a bail appeal, and we think we'll do well on appeal.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Do you know how many alleged victims there are?
I only know of one, and it's the one in count 2. I don't know of anybody else.
And what's the alleged count?
It's sex trafficking.
And did anything allegedly happen here in New York, or all LA and Miami?
Shout out to TMZ.
I believe it's certainly mostly LA and Miami.
Okay. Does anything have a connection here to New York right now?
Basically, what they say the connection is that he had his business here for a period of time.
And did anything happen at the recording studio?
No, nothing alleged. Nothing.
Watch your back. Watch your back. Watch your back.
Were you offended that they were comparing this?
That is something that happened. That y'all hear him just sit here and lie. They asked him that where there's anything that happened at the recording studio. His lawyer said, no, absolutely not. Do you guys remember when I covered the young 17-year-old girl who said she was flown into town and she went to Daddy's House studio, which is Puff Daddy's studio, where he records music? She was flown there by Harv Pierre, who is the CEO of Bad Boy Records, who was rather. She was violated by Harv Pierre, Diddy, and a third person who was at the studio. This particular female talked about she was violated so bad that she could not walk after they violated her. Okay. I'm talking about the front and the back. They violated her. She could not walk. They had to carry her to the limo then they took her to the private jet and flew her back to where she came from. So yes, something did happen in the studio. And yes, she did file a lawsuit against Diddy. And yes, she did have pictures to prove that she was there with him. Do y'all remember that? Yeah. She had pictures to prove. And then Diddy, the next thing he tried to say was when those pictures came out and everybody saw her sitting on his lap, because he tried to say, I don't even know her. She was like, bitch, what? Who the fuck is this in the picture? Whose lap am I sitting on? Oh, that would be you, Diddy. So then his comeback was, I think he tried to say something about the time limit on this had run out. Well, I thought you didn't know her. Now it's, the time limit had run out, and they can't come for me now because that was back in 2000 and something. It don't matter when it happened. It happened. It shows that you like young girls and you were trafficking this individual just like you were trafficking Cassie and so many other girls. All right, Carisha, you were trafficked as well, and you helped traffic as well. And I feel like charges are going to be coming for you as well. I do. Ever since you made the statement where you were fussing at one of Diddy's other girls, telling her, don't make me make Diddy make you get on your knees. When you say make someone do something, it gives that it's going to be something done forcefully and something against someone else's will. So thank you, Carisha, for putting that bit of information out there, because you threw Diddy all the way under the bus, backed up over him, and drove back over his ass again when you said that statement, okay? So that lets everybody know that you too know something in this case. So they're going to be knocking on your door if they haven't already. So be prepared. All right, let's move on. Or did we get everything? Let's see.
This case to like R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein.
Nothing offends me. I've been a defense lawyer too long to be offended by anything.
What kind of help do we expect Diddy to get? Are we talking about rehab, or
He said Diddy get some help.
what kind of help are we expecting Diddy to get? Rehab, or
He's getting help. You know, and he's gonna do what he needs to.
Like, what kind of help? You can't
That's
know
the
what kind of
first
help.
thing that he said
What kind of
to
help?
me after he realized that he was going back to jail tonight.
Y'all notice every time Diddy get in some real trouble, he always used the, oh, I'm getting help. When they put the video out of him abusing Cassie from CNN, what did he do? An apology video after he denied everything. But it took them putting the video out to expose him for the monster that he is. What did he do? Hurry up and make an apology video to say he's having dark times. Never mind Cassie, the person who was being kicked, hit, punched, a vase thrown at her. Never mind all of those things that we witnessed in the video that you were doing, Diddy. All of a sudden, I'm going to rehab. I'm getting some help. I'm getting this, and this. Well, why you didn't do that before the video? Why weren't you going to get help prior to the everybody on earth seeing this fucking video of you doing this young lady like this? You didn't feel compelled to talk about you would get no help or even go to get help until you got exposed. So now you have your attorney out here saying, oh, he's going to get help. It's too late now. The feds got you. Any help that you get from now on will be in prison. They're saying that Diddy is looking at serving life, and that's per charge. And there are 9 that he's looking at, and that's just in New York alone. He still has charges for Miami as well as LA for trafficking in RICO. That would be exact. Trafficking in RICO in Miami as well as LA, and he is now serving whatever time he's going to be. Well, he is now locked up for his New York case. This is only for New York. They haven't even touched what's going on with LA and Miami. Okay. They didn't even touch that because there were girls violated in LA as well as Miami. Okay. Let's get into it.
I'll see you tomorrow.
What is this adjustment going to be like for him?
The adjustment is going to be. He's never complained. No, he spent the night sleeping on a cement bench yesterday. Didn't complain. Said I'm happy to be here. I'm happy I'm in New York.
are you worried about his safety? Is that why you guys wanted him out, or
No, I want him out because he should be out.
so safety's not an issue?
No, safety's not an issue. He should be out. He deserves to be out. It's the United States. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Are you concerned that this goes the way?
Innocent until proven guilty, but he's a flight risk because you know as soon as you guys get him out, if he gets a bail, which I seriously doubt. Okay, this man has in his whole deposition that he blew up somebody's car. Like, no, he is capable of violence, and it's in the deposition. We're gonna get into the deposition here in a second. But why do you think the courts are going to allow this dangerous individual who we saw on a video violently fighting a woman the way that he did and have blown up somebody's car because they didn't do what he wanted them to do? Let's not forget about Capricorn Clark, who used to work at Bad Boy Records, who was beat worse than Cassie. That's Lauren London's sister. Go look it up. Capricorn Clark. I covered that on my channel as well. He beat the brakes off Capricorn Clark because she helped Cassie cheat with, what's the boy's name that the car got blown up? Kid Cudi. She was covering for Cassie, who was seeing Kid Cudi. She didn't want to be with Diddy no more. She was done with Diddy. But Diddy wouldn't leave her alone, and Diddy was holding her hostage. Every time she tried to leave, he sent his people to come and get her. So she was seeing Kid Cudi. Capricorn Clark, who is Lauren Linda's sister, go look her up. She worked at Bad Boy Records and knew about it and covered for Cassie. And when Diddy found out about it, he asked her, did you know that Cassie was seeing him? And she lied and said no. And Diddy found out she lied, and he put pause on her, and he wound up having to pay Capricorn Clark. And it was pretty much hush money because the higher ups in the record labels was getting on Diddy's ass because she was getting ready to launch an investigation that was also going to bring the higher ups down. And they were like, fuck no, we're not about to do this. Give her whatever she's asking for. And in addition to him paying her, he blackballed her from the industry. So you don't even hear about Capricorn Clark anymore. You don't even hear about her because Diddy has blackballed her because she stood up against him. Just like he did Cassie. Cassie's blackballed. What can she do? Who is going to work with Cassie now that Diddy has blackballed her career? Just like he blackballed Danity Kane's career. We're going to talk about Aubrey O'Day here in a minute. Or O'Day, rather. Just like he's done so many others' careers. Okay? And stolen from them. All right? Let's continue. Shout out to Shine, rapper Shine. I know he's sitting somewhere smiling, who spent over a decade in prison over a crime that he did not commit, to where he took the fall for Diddy when Diddy was the one with the pow, the woman who was shot in the face, well, pow in the face, rather. She spoke and said that she vehemently remembered Diddy, the one with the pow, when he pow-powed her in the face. But Diddy made Shine take the fall for that, at which he spent time in prison over a decade, and Diddy was supposed to pay him $2 million, at which Shine never saw. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Shine? Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and let's continue, because there's more, child. Oh, God. There's more. All right. As you guys may know, just show y'all some pictures we're going to share, and then we're going to move on because I want to get through this deposition. It's 14 pages. Thank God I'm a great reader. We're going to breeze on through. All right. So Diddy wants out of federal lockup. They're saying really bad. Shout out again to TMZ. It says that he's proposed a $50 million package to secure his release on bail, at which we now know that's been denied. The judge said, fuck no, nigga. Go back there in cell block 4 and sit your ass down. You ain't getting out. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. That's what the judge told you. You ain't going nowhere because you're going to be stopped. That's what the judge said. All right. And you're not going to be a bad boy for life. You're going to be fucked for life. That's what you're going to be in jail. Anywho, and anyway, let's move on. Shout out to TMZ for giving us all the developments and pictures and all of that. All right. We're going to look at it so that we will know what is going on in this Diddy case. All right. Then we're going to move on. Yes, honey. I hope y'all not getting tired with the Diddy stuff, because this is some hot news that I know y'all can use. We want to know all the stuff that's going on with Diddy. Yeah. All right. So Diddy pleads not guilty and held without bond. Shout out to TMZ. That's him. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love, whatever you want to call him. Okay. So 2:51 p.m. All right. Diddy's lawyer is determined to see the rap mogul out from behind bars. They said that we caught up with Mr. Whatever his name is, outside of the courthouse in New York City Tuesday, where he vowed to keep fighting until Combs is a free man. Now, though Diddy was denied bail in court on Tuesday, his attorney is feeling confident heading into the bail appeal, noting that it will be a different judge for the hearing. It doesn't matter. There says that watch the video, of course. This is him talking, where he's very much so confident that Diddy will be getting out, and that it says that the reacts to Diddy's case being compared to other high-profile SEX crime cases like R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein. It's worse, I think. So 1:28 p.m. says that the judge just denied bail for Diddy, who will remain in custody. All right. Shout out to TMZ for giving timelines of this stuff too. Okay. Diddy's lawyer spoke outside the courthouse after Diddy was denied bail, saying that they will continue to fight for Diddy, as you guys just heard. Judge Robin F. Tarnofsky told the courts, he says that I thank your family members for coming, but I cannot release him. He says that Diddy's son, Christian and Justin, were inside the courtroom at the time. All right. There's Diddy with his attorneys. All right. At 12:47 p.m., he says that Diddy's attorneys is taking on a narrative that the rap mogul isn't a brute and bully, seemingly hinting that there is more to the story regarding the 2016 hotel hallway incident involving Combs and his then girlfriend. She was not a girlfriend. She was a trafficking victim, okay? Don't be fooled by the pictures that you guys saw publicly. She was a trafficked victim. From the first moment that he was alone with Cassie, he gave her something to make her be, if you will, and he violated her. Yeah, he did. And the next time that he was alone with her, he made her do a FO. So that's a trafficking victim, because I don't know a man that wants everybody else doing their woman like that and recording it. Sir, she was a trafficking victim. Okay. And you locked her into a 10-year recording contract to keep her there and to have her locked in so that you could have control over her, because then you saw her as property, which you knew she was never going to do 10 albums. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. All right, so Diddy's camp argued that victim one was looking through his phone and discovered that he had more than one girlfriend, hitting the rapper in the head with his cell phone and taking off with his clothing, which explains why he was in the hallway in a towel in the footage that surfaced back in May. So that's what Diddy's people are saying. This is what Diddy gave, the statement that Diddy gave to his attorney, saying that Cassie went through his phone and found out that he had another girlfriend. She got upset, threw a phone and hit him in the head, grabbed his clothes and ran out the door. I call lies and bullshit, because if that happened that way, Diddy, why was it that it took you so long to come around the corner in your towel? If she was right there and took your phone, follow. Go back and think about the video, because we can't play it here because it will not be monetized. All right. Think about the video. Cassie was in the hallway for a good few minutes before Diddy came running around the corner. So if it happened the way that you said, because Cassie said he was in the shower, and she saw that he was distracted and she grabbed her things. She didn't even have no shoes on. So that's how that let you know that she was doing a quick getaway from him. She didn't even have shoes on. And what she grabbed to grab up real quick to get away from him, she was trying to stuff in the bag right quick after she pressed the button on the elevator. But the elevator never opened right quick before he came around the corner way minutes later. So if it happened the way you said it did, why did it take you so long to come out of the room? Y'all get where I'm coming from? He's a liar. Diddy is a pathological liar. It says that his lawyers claim that Diddy and the unnamed victim, assumed to be Cassie, were very much in love, lies, until the woman is questioned for cheating for years with the trainer the A-list provided for her. It says that we've reached out to Cassie's reps for comment. He knows that Cassie cannot speak because after she took the money from the lawsuit, she had to sign an NDA. So of course she's not speaking. But where she will speak is at the case, because she is the star witness. They are using several pages from her deposition and what she testified to in order to bring Diddy down. And I do think that it's going to take her case to find him guilty, in addition to Don Richards' case, in addition to Lil Rod's case, who all three cases sound very much so similar in terms of everything that Diddy is being charged for in these RICO cases. Now, let me read off the charges that Diddy is currently facing right now. Now, they're saying, and this is according to the U.S. Attorney's office, they're saying that in terms of from 2008 to present, Diddy is being indicted for trafficking, racketeering, forced labor, bribery, abuse, RAPE, kidnapping, arson, and RICO conspiracy, okay? And they also confiscated 250 tapes and or videos from his property, okay? Because he recorded everything so stupid, just like R. Kelly. Y'all gonna learn to stop recording shit, okay? You're gonna learn to stop recording stuff, and that's what's gonna bring you down. So several people are in these videos because y'all know Diddy had several parties at his house and trafficking people coming in and out of the house, and people who were not of age. So they've seen all of this on video, and I'm pretty sure they've interviewed many people. So Diddy pleading not guilty, that's not helping your case at all. It just shows that you're not an honest person and that you're not sorry for the shit that you've done to other people since 2008 on up. It goes on to say that Cassie notably married physical trainer Alex Fine in 2019, and they share 2 children together. So what? She was single. She was single. She was married. She's welcome to have as many children as she wants. Alex Fine saved her life. Alex Fine got her out of a trafficking situation from Diddy, who was beating the mess out of her and fucking disrespecting her and making her sleep with men who she didn't even know. So thank you, Alex Fine, for coming in and being her trainer and also listening to her pour out her heart to you. And thank you for devising a plan to get her to fuck away from Diddy, because she probably would not be alive today had he not come into her life. Y'all think so? All right, so Diddy's lawyers claim that his client is not a perfect person, though found himself in a toxic relationship. But now he's trying to say the relationship between Cassie and Diddy was toxic. No, only on Diddy's side. Only on Diddy's side. I don't think that, from what I saw in the video with Cassie, if Cassie was as toxic as they're trying to make her out to be, whenever Diddy hit her, she would not have assumed the position of curling up into the fetal position. A person that does that, And you can tell she immediately went into the fetal position, which lets me know that this is something that has happened many times before. If you think about abuse victims who've been through that many, many times, when their abuser becomes enraged and they come at them like that, what is the first thing that they do? They go into protective mode, which is to ball up into the fetal position, to protect her face, to protect anything else that she feels could be damaged by him being violent towards her. She already knew what to do when she saw he was enraged. With the first kick, she went into the fetal position to protect herself, because that's what she's had to do all that time. If she was toxic like they're saying she was, she would have fought back. If she was as toxic as his attorney is trying to put out there to debunk the video that we all saw, and I've seen it a few times because I always like to watch it, just to see if I missed something. Okay? I was making mental notes in my mental Rolodex, and it dawned on me. If she was this aggressive person like they're trying to make her out to be, she was a victim. She would have fought back. Had he kicked her, she'd have jumped up and been on this shit here. Had he kicked her and she was violent and aggressive. Because aggressive people fight back. Aggressive people fight back. Hit me and watch what happens. I'm going to hit your ass back. Kick me, and I'm going to kick your ass back. Whatever you do to me, I'm going to do times 10. You're not going to pound on me and think that shit is okay. She was afraid for her life because she's been in situations where she had to fight for her life, probably. There were witnesses that saw this girl be put in situations to where she was abused. So this is bullshit. His attorney also need to be locked up because, sir, it gives that you condone abuse towards women. I get it, you getting paid to fight for him, but this is bullshit. All right, let's continue. Says, however, early in court, it was suggested that Diddy wrote a large check for the sum. That Diddy wrote a large check to an ex for 10 years, and it's unclear who received the payment and for what reason. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody give their significant other money. So what? You a millionaire? Write a check, bitch. At 20:20 p.m., prosecutors are laying out their case for denying Diddy bail, and they say that they're worried that he will intimidate witnesses and obstruct the case if he's released on bond. That's why he didn't get no bond. If you're blowing up cars, if you're threatening people, if you're threatening to make people go missing, if you have a private jet and we know you're going to probably fly to Bali or somewhere where they would never find you and be extradited, they're not going to take a chance on that because this case that they have, many people have been violated. So they want to convict him. And do I think that he's going to serve all of this time? Because I just read off. Do y'all remember all the charges I just read off? That's what? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 alone. 10. It's about 11 charges. And they're saying for each one, for each charge is serving, he's going to serve up to life. Bitch, you never getting out. How many lives do you have? Are you a cat? I don't even think cats have as many lives as Diddy's going to get. Shit. Oh, Jesus. All right. So they said, what's more? It says that the Fed said that witnesses that they've interviewed have universally expressed fear, and prosecutors claim that Diddy called his former artist, Kalina Harper from Diddy, from Dirty Money, okay, 54 times the day before she made a statement about a recent lawsuit that they were named in. Y'all see? They already see patterns of behavior of what might happen if he gets out. See, jail phone calls are recorded. So anybody that he calls from jail, they can track that shit and they listen to every phone call. So if he makes any calls from jail, trying to threaten anybody, trying to tell somebody, hey, if this person tries to talk, do this, that shit is recorded. That's your ass. That's going to add to the case you already got and prove that you are the person that they're trying to prove you are. So prosecutors also say that Diddy's got the money and the means to be a flight risk. Didn't I just say that? And the feds say that he had what appeared to be narcotics in his hotel room when he was arrested. The pink cocaine is what was in his pocket. And in his hotel room when he was arrested, he had pink cocaine. The feds say that a pink powder, pink cocaine, that tested positive for ecstasy was found in Diddy's hotel room, as well as other drugs, which is what he uses in his trafficking bullshit. Diddy just pled not guilty to all charges against him. The embattled mogul made his initial appearance in federal court Tuesday afternoon in Lower Manhattan, where he entered a non-guilty plea as expected. It says that the more pressing issue for Diddy was whether or not the judge would let him out on bail. See, he want to get out because he ain't done. He got people that he need to shut up or get rid of and or try to keep from testifying in this case because he knows what he's facing. Diddy offered to fork over a staggering $50 million as bond. Said that he wouldn't pay that amount in cash. Instead, he offered his $48 million Miami mansion and his mother's home as collateral, which is still your home because everything in your name, Diddy, is everything in your mother's name is yours anyway. So Janice Combs don't own shit. You just put it in her name so that when somebody come for you and try to sue you, they can't come for you and sue you because it's in your mama name. It's that game. It's that game he's playing. He put all his shit in his mama name. Who told that? Mace, because Mace tried to sue him and found out that everything that Diddy owned was in Janice Combs' name. That's his mama, Janice Combs. And he did that so that if somebody tried to come for him, because he owes everybody money, they can be like, well, we don't see no assets that you have. And we know he's almost was almost a billionaire because it's in his mama's name. So if you're going to sue anybody, you can't sue her because she ain't do shit to you. He knew what he was doing. You can't sue somebody that ain't got shit to do with the case. So he knew to fork over everything that he owned over to Mama Cone. So when you try to come for him, you don't get shit. He's very smart. Now, the court hearing is going on, and a judge has yet to rule on an issue of bail, at which we already know there is no bail, okay? This is what was found. We're going to go real fast over it. AR-15 rifles, okay, which they were, the numbers on them were taken off, okay? They were defaced, all right? It says that if convicted, Diddy is facing a minimum sentence of 15 years and a statutory maximum of life in prison, okay? So the stakes are incredibly high for him, all right? Prosecutors believe that Diddy is a flight risk here and they do not want him out on bail. So this bail hearing that they get ready to have tomorrow, because his attorney did say that they were fighting, and tomorrow they're going to have a bail hearing to ask another judge if Diddy can get bail. It's going to be denied. He's a flight risk. He's crazy as hell and he's violent, and he has the potential to come after witnesses. Okay, so that's a waste of time and a waste of money. Save all of that because he has 2 other states to fight in. Okay. We're not going to look at that one because we just talked about it. So let's look at Diddy's sons leaving the courthouse. His sons look very, very sad, as they should. I don't know why you went there thinking your dad was going to come home, because you guys also work for Diddy in his trafficking business, okay? Yeah, you did. Not Quincy Jones' son. Not Quincy Jones. Not Quincy. I'm talking about Quincy Jones. The boy's name is Quincy, not Albie Sure's son, okay? He won't involved in that bullshit, as we know. All right, but Misa Hilson's son up here with the shades on, he was helping with the trafficking because he is named in L-Rod and Lil Rod's case at least, I counted 10, 15 times. Okay, you're in L-Rod's case and you're also in Cassie's case. What you doing in 2 cases out here? All right, Diddy's son down here, was it Justin Combs, who looks just like his daddy, is doing just like his daddy because he violating women as well. He violated a young woman on the yacht. Okay. Yes, he did, and had a case on that. And it's said in the letter that he be at the FOs, and he also be helping out with the trafficking stuff as well, getting victims and bringing girls to the house. Allegedly. That's in Cassie's lawsuit as well as L-Rod. So they may be forced to testify as well, and hopefully they don't perjure themselves trying to protect their father, because then you'll be locked up as well. Okay, and I do not see them testifying against their dad for immunity, so I'm interested to see how this is going to play out with his sons, because they are involved in this particular case of trafficking and RICO, because y'all know RICO is when there is several people involved in making this type of situation work, kind of like with R. Kelly, okay? It's like a movement, if you will, all right? And you got several people working. Somebody got to pay them. Somebody got to pick them up. Somebody got to go out and get the lube. Somebody got to, y'all know how it works. Everybody has a role that they play. That's why they call it RICO. All right, so let's get into their sons going to the courthouse, All right, here they go. Shout out to the Bish Gossip, because that's where we're looking.
Justin, King Combs. King, how you doing this morning? How's it going, Justin? Quincy, how you feeling this morning? How the twins?
Justin and Christian be working.
Spirits, Justin, King Combs.
Y'all see them going into the courthouse to go be there for the hearing for Diddy. Okay? As they should. That's their dad. They love their dad. Right or wrong, y'all know kids love their parents regardless. They've seen all this stuff that their dad have done. They don't give a damn. That's their dad, okay? That is their dad. So they're going to be there to support, all right? Let's move on. Let's get into what the feds and the U.S. attorney is saying here, okay? We're moving along. We get ready to get into the deposition. That's going to be last. I'm going to read all that shit to you guys so y'all know what's going on in its entirety with this case, all right? Let's get into what the feds are saying. They have recordings. It says the feds have recordings of Diddy and his team providing his alleged victims with false stories to tell law enforcement to throw off the case. That's illegal. That's called perjury. Let's get into it. That's called coercion as well. Damn. All right, here we go.
In late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs's crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse.
Hey, we're gonna talk. What's going on?
Part of this investigation, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs's crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay.
Let's move on. So y'all see that? It says that when Combs' authority or reputation was threatened by the possibility of negative publicity or legal or law enforcement action against him, including in or about the late 2023, following public allegations of Combs' crimes, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise pressured witnesses and victims, including through attempting bribery, to stay silent and not report what they experienced or knew to law enforcement. It says on calls that Combs and other members and associates of the enterprise, okay, because that's what it is, RICO, among other things, provided these victims and witnesses with false narratives of events in an effort to conceal Combs' crimes. It says that Combs caused all these calls to be recorded on at least 2 occasions, okay? So the feds got that. They see that you're going to coerce people. You see that you're going to, and that's why you don't have a bail right now, because you on this bullshit. The feds on their shit, ain't they, y'all? So we got that out the way. We see what he's doing and why they chose not to give him bail. All right, so here are his kids leaving the hearing and getting into their car. You can see they're very sad that their dad is not getting bail. All right, let's look at their reaction. Shout out to the Shade Room. Okay, they're very sad, especially Christian Combs. Okay, yeah, especially Justin Combs. He's very sad. He's very sad. All right, because his dad is his idol. He wants to be just like his dad. So
Keep it strong. That's love.
that's Quincy. Albie sister.
Attorney, have anything to say? How are you feeling, sir?
Watch your baby. Watch your baby.
Anything gives like a share. Any comment? California wasn't for you and your brothers.
They believe Diddy already briefed his children not to say shit to the press. Don't say nothing. You know he already had something to the court. Nothing. I just move on. All right, that is it. Oh well, jingle bell. Oh well, jingle bell. Okay. All right, so let's get into what Aubrey O'Day from Danny Kane had to say. I already knew Aubrey was coming. When I saw this shit with Diddy, I said, Aubrey, where are you? Aubrey has it out for Diddy. She is happy as hell that something has been done, because Aubrey, if you guys watch Making the Band, y'all already know how he treated Aubrey. And he also tried Aubrey on that trafficking bullshit too. She's kind of hinted and alleged to it. But I think she may have signed an NDA and she doesn't want to be sued, but she's done interviews and she's talked about the things that Diddy did to her and how she was treated differently from the other girls because he wanted her to do certain sexual stuff and she was not willing to do that. He always picked on her and mistreated her in the group. So let's get into Aubrey O'Day and what she had to say. She is from Danity Kane. I love that group. And it's so sad that he disbanded the group and they were like platinum selling artists. Like, that's unheard of. Who disbands a platinum selling artist? Okay. Every album, which they only did 2, were platinum albums. And he was just like, because he couldn't have his way with them. All right, so let's get into what Aubrey O'Day had to say. And then we're going to get into the deposition. All right. The purpose, she says, this is Aubrey O'Day, as you guys can see up top, says that the purpose of justice is to provide an ending and allow us the space to create a new chapter. She says that women never get this. She says that I feel validated. Today is a win for women all over the world, not just me. She said that things are finally changing. They've been waiting for a long time for Diddy to get this, what he's getting right now. Okay, a lot of people have been hurt by Diddy. So this arrest and him being indicted and having all these charges attached to it to where there's no way in hell he's going to be able to wiggle up out of this one. There's a lot of people that's going to sleep very, very good tonight knowing that he is off the streets and that he ain't going to be able to be out here wreaking havoc anymore, probably for the rest of his life. So thank God for that. We knew it was coming. Sloan Bella girl, where you at? Okay, did she predict it? I don't know. I ain't been over her page for a while. But thank you, Sloan, honey, because I know you had to have said something about this. But that is what Aubrey O'Day had to say. All right, let's get into this deposition because, baby, it's a lot. I got on my good reading skills tonight. Okay, did I do the bond proposal? Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's do the bond proposal. Then we're going to get into that. All right. Y'all got everything pulled. Y'all see me? We ready tonight. We on ready tonight, okay? I done told you I ain't leaving no stones unturned with this damn Diddy case. Y'all gonna get it all, okay? Shout out to the Shade Room. Let's let it pull up. I pulled everything because I want y'all to get all the info so y'all do not be in the dark at any point in time for this case, okay? And as I get developments, I will give you guys updates as well, all right? Shout out to the Shade Room because they did put up the proposal package for Diddy's $50 million bond. All right, so it said that the defense proposes the following bail package: a $50 million bond, okay, co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. It says it's secured by the equity in Mr. Combs' residence located at 2 Miami, Florida. Okay, says it. Of course, it appraised, the house appraised at $48 million. Says that the home is unencumbered in anticipation for the bail hearing on August 20th, 2024. Mr. Combs paid off the remaining mortgage of about $18 million so that the home could be used to secure a bond and be free of a mortgage. So this is why he's getting rid of properties and doing what he was doing with his properties and selling off and trying to pay stuff off because he knew this was coming. And that's another reason why he went to New York, said he can go ahead and surrender himself. So this is why he's selling off properties. I guess it makes sense because I think he knows deep down that he's going away for a very long time. So that was kind of him handling his business before he went away or before they picked him up. He didn't know when, but he knew it was coming. All right. So secured by the equity of Mr. Combs' mother home located at Miami, Florida. Let's pull it up. Mr. Combs travel will be restricted to the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York to attend court, meet with his counsel, and attend medical appointments, which will be addressed to the courts in a separate sealed submission, as well as Eastern District of New York of the District of New Jersey, only to the extent that his travel to and from New York involves an airport in those districts, okay? Mr. Combs' passport was surrendered to his counsel on April the 1st of 2024. I didn't know that. It says that his counsel advised the prosecutors of this fact in an email dated the same day. Counsel will provide this passport to pretrial services. All right. So the passports of the following family members who have already surrendered their passports to counsel after the raids on Mr. Combs' home is Janice Combs, which is his mother, Chance Combs, which is his daughter, Jesse Combs, which is one of the twins, Delilah Combs, which is another twin, Kim Porter's daughters, okay, and Love Combs, which is his baby daughter, the newest child that he had, the baby girl, okay. So all of those have been. I didn't know that his passport was already taken. I mean, I should have known that, being that he is under this federal case. But all of his children had to give up their passport, so they can't run. So hey, there you go. So Diddy can't, I mean, hell, how is he going to run? You can't really go nowhere outside the U.S. because you don't have a passport, but he does have a private jet, so maybe he could. I don't know. Maybe you can on your private jet. I don't know how that shit works. But so yeah, as of April the 1st, you guys, he has not had a passport to go in. So that's why we've been seeing him all around Miami and just out and about like he didn't have a care in the world. He couldn't really go nowhere because, of course, y'all know the feds did have eyes on him. They've been watching him ever since they kicked that fucking door in and before. They've been watching him since they kicked the door in, but yeah, so he knew he couldn't really be out here doing no shit that he shouldn't have been damn doing. But what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? All right, so let's get this deposition up because Lord God, it's a lot, okay? It's 14 pages and we're going to breeze through, all right? Hopefully I ain't got to read them all. If it's repetitious, then we're going to skip that shit and keep it popping, all right? Let's get into it. Let's be nosy. Let's get in his business. Let's get in his business, okay? This is a public case and we're going to get in your business. We're going to read your shit, all right? Let's blow it all the way up. Woo, child. It's the best part. It says, I'm surprised that he didn't go to Bali. A lot of people were saying that. Like, I'm surprised he didn't go over there with Russell Simmons over there to Bali so his ass couldn't be extradited. Well, maybe he should have did that a long time ago. But, you know, Diddy, he's so cocky. He feel like he can get out of anything and ain't nobody going to do shit to him because he did it. Well, you see. Now you see. Okay? You know if they lock R. Kelly's ass up, you coming next. And Jay-Z, you next. You next, Jay-Z, and so many others. Let's get into it. The United States District Court, Southern District of New York, United States of America versus Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. PD, a.k.a. Love. Damn, they getting them all. They like, big, listen, let's make it very much so clear, nigga. You done changed your name so many times. All of y'all niggas, okay? The defendant, all right? All y'all the defendants, all right? Let's get into it. Sealed indictment, okay? As you guys can see. 24 CRIM 542. All right, so count one. Let's get into it. Racketeering conspiracy. All right, the grand jury charges. This is the overview. For decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, all the names we just named, the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Okay? Now, Sean Combs, aka all the names that we named, the defendant operated in business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy, as we know, Records. Okay, let's continue. Bad Boy Entertainment, rather. Okay, hold up, let's make it smaller so we can get it out. Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Global, collectively the Combs business, okay? Corporate entities in the Combs business include, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, an apparel line, an alcoholic spirit business, a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. Now, at all times relevant to the indictment, Sean Combs, aka and all the names to be named, the defendant engaged in a persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. Now, the abuse at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual, all right? As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. My God. At times, Combs and other acting at his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. It says that Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same and using intimidation and violence. Okay, let's continue. Physical abuse by Sean Combs and all the names that we named, the defendant was recurrent and widely known. Now, on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. Says that these assaults were at times witnessed by others, and including one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. We know that to be Cassie from the CNN video, okay? Now, when a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence, okay? Why is it that when we hear stuff like this with these celebrities that do this? Because R. Kelly did the same thing for years. He bribed people until he couldn't bribe them anymore because he ran out of money. That's exactly what they would do in order to hide the crimes that they were committing. Like, here, take this money and shut the fuck up. Take this money, take this money, take this money. Okay, don't testify, don't do that. Okay, let's continue. Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, okay, Capricorn Clark to be exact. Okay, go look her up. Witnesses to his abuse and others. Sean Combs and all the names that we named, the defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. Now, those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and other close associates, acted as Combs intermediaries, okay, and other conduct, and facilitated an assistant by Combs control of the Combs business, okay? Y'all following me? All right, so the Combs enterprise, all right, let's get into that. From at least in or about 2008, through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment, Sean Combs and all the names that we named, the defendant and others known and unknown, were members and associates of a criminal organizations, the Combs Enterprise or the Enterprise. Members and associates of the Combs Enterprise engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other things, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation of purpose of prostitution with a P, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution with a P, narcotic offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. My God, that's a lot of crimes right there, ain't it? Woo, Jesus. How about passed out reading? So the Combs Enterprise, including its leadership, its members, and its associates, constituted an enterprise as defined by Title 18 U.S. Code Section that is a group of individuals associated, in fact, although not a legal entity, okay? The Combs Enterprise consisted of Sean Combs, aka, and all the names that we named, all right? Entities within the Combs business, including but not limited to Bad Boy Entertainment, okay? Let's pull it up. Okay, Bad Boy Entertainment, all the names that we named. All right, the Combs Enterprise constituted an ongoing organization whose members function as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objective of the Combs Enterprise. Now, the Combs Enterprise was engaged in its activities affected interstate and foreign commerce, okay? So the Combs Enterprise operated in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. See, that's why I told y'all in multiple states, New York, Miami, and California, okay? At all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs and all the names that we named, the defendant was the leader of the Combs Enterprise. See, that's why they got to go for the big fish, then they get the little fish. That's usually how it goes. Look at R. Kelly. They started at the top and worked their way down, all right? Yes. All right, so Sean Combs, aka, and all the names that we named, the defendant and others known and unknown, participated in unlawful and other activities related to conduct of the Combs Enterprises and affairs. These individuals included certain Combs business employees, such as members of Combs security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, as well as other close associates of Combs. All right. We're getting into the purpose of the Combs Enterprise. Let's get into that because this is about to get juicy. All right, so the purpose of the Combs Enterprise included the following: operating a global business in the media, entertainment, and lifestyle industries, including, among other things, record labels, recording studio, and apparel line, and alcoholic spirits business, a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. All right. B, preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power, reputation, and brand of Sean Combs and all the names that we named. The defendant as a musician, entrepreneur, and figure in the entertainment industry. Okay. Let's make it bigger. All right. Enriching members and associates of the enterprise, including its leader. Okay. Combs, and in particular, who was demonstrated loyalty to Combs and willingness to conceal his crimes. Woo, child. Preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power of the Combs enterprise, including the power of its leader, Combs, through violence, use of firearms, threats of violence, coercion, and verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Child. Ooh. Fulfilling the personal desires of Combs, particularly those related to Combs, sexual gratification, including through the exploitation of women and the use of commercial sex workers. Child. Ooh, child. Where's my pearls, Lord? Pow. Enabling Combs and other members of its associates of the Combs enterprise to engage in unlawful acts of violence, including sexual violence, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purpose of prostitution with a P, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution with a P, narcotic distribution, and other crimes of concealing the commission of such acts. Securing absolute loyalty from members of the Combs enterprise, including through acts of violence and threats, and we're at H, protecting the Combs enterprise and its members and associates, including Combs, from detection and prosecution by law enforcement authorities through acts of intimidation, manipulation, bribery, and threats of retaliation against individuals who witnessed the crimes committed by members and associates of the enterprise. Okay. That's where they had the pow-pows come in, where they took off all of the the numbers and stuff up off the weapons so it could not be tracked back to them, just in case they had to pow-pow somebody. All right, so means and methods of the enterprise. We're already on page 5, y'all. Them reading skills is on, ain't it? All right, so among the means and methods of which Sean Combs, aka and all the names we name, the defendant and other members and associates of the Combs enterprises, or enterprise rather, conducted and participated in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise, including the following. Okay, A, Combs and other members of the associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. So he was pretending, hey, y'all come over here. I like that you like that. And then when they get there, they're stuck like Chuck, and they're made to be trafficked, girl. And lure females into victims into Combs' orbit under the pretense of romantic relationship. All right. So Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. We heard that in Cassie's deposition. Freak-offs. She was made to do freak-offs. She had to set up the freak-offs. She had to go out and get freak-offs. Young Miami was engaged in freak-offs, and so many other people. His sons helped set up and or go get the freak-offs. That was also in Elrod's deposition as well. We do our homework over here, okay? All right. So freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, and asturbated with an M during and often electronically recorded. Did y'all catch that? Because I got to use my words because YouTube be tripping. Now, in arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Remember I told y'all about that this morning? Well, earlier, people from out of the country were coming over to engage in these freak-offs. Now, freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple commercial sex workers. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to the victims because they had to stay high, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Now, sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos that he filmed of the victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. And that was to have some type of leverage over them just in case they talked. They didn't know what was going on. They were high as kites, and they were laying there being taken advantage of most of the time. And he was keep these videos as leverage to say, if you speak, I'm going to show this video. Okay? If you say anything, I got this video. R. Kelly did the same thing to some of his victims. Go back and look at that case as well. A lot of the women that wanted to talk, they were like, go ahead. You know what's on this video? Go right ahead and say something. I'm going to show the whole world this fucking video of you doing some shit that they never thought that you would ever do in life. All right, let's continue. All right. Oh, child, this is a lot. This is a lot, Lord. All right. So say during the freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. Now, after freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion of the drug use. Pete and Coquiana and all the other things that they had to take in order to have this stamina and you know, because you dehydrated after all this shit you put in your system, and just going from one partner to one partner to one partner to one partner, you're dehydrated, you're sweating. So they have to use IV fluids to bring them back to life just so they can do more freak-offs. That's so dangerous. Oh my God. So members and associates of the Combs enterprises, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies. Freak-off supplies, girl. Including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, honey, extra linens, and lighting. Child, this was a production, wasn't it? Cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak-offs by trying to mitigate room damage, arranging for travel for the victims, commercial sex. I want to say that's going to be workers. Let's go up a little bit more. Workers, honey, and Combs to and from freak-offs, resupplying Combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial SES workers, and scheduling the delivery of IVs. Damn. Now, in or about March of 2024, during searches of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles and California, didn't I tell y'all 3 states he's facing charges? It's just New York he's in now. Law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Who needs that much baby oil and lubricant? The feds is on their shit, okay? Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in freak-offs, okay? He did it to Cassie as well. Combs maintained control over his victims through, among other things, physical violence, promises of career opportunities. R. Kelly did the same thing. Granting and threatening to withhold financial support. R. Kelly too. And by other coercive means, including tracking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical records. He did it to Cassie. It was in her deposition. Controlling their housing and supplying them with controlled substances. He controlled Kim Porter's housing as well, because the house that Kim Porter was living in was his house, at which he sold and hurried up and sold after her passing. Kim did not have her own house. She lived in his house. When Cassie was with him, she lived in his penthouse so that he had control over his women. Woo. All right, so during and separate from freak-offs, Combs, among other things, hit, kicked, and threw objects at and dragged victims at times by their hair. Says that these assaults often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Combs also threatened victims' career and livelihoods, including if they resisted participating in freak-offs. That's why he had that underground tunnel. He was bringing them in that underground tunnel. They think they was coming over there for a little Diddy party and for, hang out with Diddy and be all snuggled up. Diddy like, get in there. We got a freak-off waiting for you. We got the lighting. We got the drugs, everything that we need. Get on in there. And next thing you know, they could not leave. Victims believed that they could not refuse Combs' demands without risking their financial or job security or without repercussions in the form of physical or emotional abuse. Combs also used sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating records that he made during freak-offs as collateral. And didn't I just say that? To ensure the continued obedience and silence of the victims. I got you on video. Say you ain't gonna do it. And see, don't I put it out there and I leak it and say, oh, how did this video get out there? Members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms. Okay. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his abuse. Now, in or about March 2024, including during searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and let's continue. Oh, child, this is getting crazy. Los Angeles and California, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s, child, with the face serial numbers as well as drum magazines. Oh God, that's the big ones with the thing like that, the ammunition go around like that, where it's like that. Oh, child, what you need with one of them? Now, members and associates of the Combs enterprise enable Combs control over victims by following his directions regarding financial payments to victims, advancing or suppressing the victim's career opportunities, and acquiring the controlled substances Combs used to keep the victims compliant. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise at times witnessed Combs' violence towards the victims or the victims' injuries caused by Combs without intervening. Now, instead, members and associates of the Combs enterprise help conceal the violence and abuse by, among other things, in assisting Combs in monitoring and preventing victims from leaving locations such as hotels or Combs' residence. Okay, as we saw in the video with Cassie, she was trying to leave. She was prevented from leaving. These occasions included instances in which a victim was required to remain in hiding, sometimes for several days at a time, to recover from injuries Combs inflicted. Cassie had to do the same. Kim Porter also had to do the same when her nose was broken. He put her in a hotel room so that she could heal and no one could see her and her bruises, okay? Without being publicly observed. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise also assisted Combs in locating and contacting victims who attempted to flee his abuse. He did it to Cassie. When she ran away to her parents' house, he sent his people to get her and bring her back, and he beat the crap out of her when she did. It's in the deposition. When employees witnessed to his abuse or other threatened Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engaged in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and abuse, verbal abuse. Now, these acts of violence include kidnapping and arson, Kid Cudi. Okay. In addition, on multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects and people. That don't make sense. As well as hit, dragged, and shoved others. Says that when Combs' authority or reputation was threatened by the possibility of negative publicity or legal or law enforcement action against him, including in or about the late 2023, following public allegations of Combs' crimes, it says that Combs and members of the associates of the enterprise pressured witnesses and victims including through attempted bribery to stay silent. Lord have mercy. Imagine not to report what they experienced or knew to law enforcement on phone calls. Combs and other members and associates of the enterprise, among other things, provided these victims and witnesses with false narratives of events in an effort to conceal Combs' crimes. The FBI does have that because they did confiscate 9 phones that I read, okay, that Sean P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him, had in his possession. They went through his phones. They saw conversations of coercion to other people who were being trafficked and who were being abused by him that wanted to testify, where he reached out to them and was telling them, oh, this never happened to you. And if you say anything, then this is going to happen. So the FBI has that. That's why it's in this deposition, okay? Combs caused these calls to be recorded on at least 2 occasions. It's stupid. The racketeering conspiracy, all right? From at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, aka and all the names to be named, the defendant, and others known and unknown, being persons employed by associates with the Combs enterprise, described in paragraphs 6 through 12 of this indictment, an enterprise engaged in the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly combined, conspired, confederated rather, and agreed together and with each other to violate the racketeering laws of the United States, to with Title 18 United States Code. It gives the code, that is to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in the conduct rather of the affairs of the Combe enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity as the term is defined in Title 18. It gives the code again, and consisting of, let's get into what it's consisting of. Multiple acts involving kidnapping chargeable under the following provisions of state law: California Penal Code. It gives the code and all the other codes in California. All right, those are just codes. Multiple acts involving arson chargeable under the following provisions of state law: California Penal Code. Now, Kid Cudi's home was in California, where this particular arson case happened, where he blew up his car in his driveway in a residential neighborhood. Okay, so that's why that's being mentioned in there, because that's where it happened in California. Multiple acts involving bribery chargeable under the following provision of state law: California Penal Code. It gives the codes there. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18 United States Code, Section 1512, relatable to tampering with a witness, victim, or an informant. That's a charge. Damn. So multiple act indictment under Title 18 United States Code, Section 1589, and 2 relating to forced labor. Okay, that's SEX, prostitution with a P. Multiple acts as indictable under Title 18 United States Code, Section 1591, and 2 relating in SEX trafficking. All right. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18 United States Code, Section 2421 and 2422, and 2 relating to transportation and inducement to travel for purposes of prostitution and other illegal sexual activities, and multiple offenses involving the possession with intent to distribute or distribution of narcotics and controlled substances, including cocaine, oxycodone, alprazolam, however you say that, whatever this long M word is, 4-bromol, 2, and these long ass words. We're not even gonna try to do it. Some type of acid, ketamine, in violation of Title 21 United States Code sections, and it gives all these sections. Okay, let's continue, child. We ain't about to sound out all that shit. All right, so it was a part of conspiracy. It was a bunch of drugs. Okay, let's count. Let me count right quick before we move on. All right, controlled substances: 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. 5, 6. That's like 6 drugs right there that they were pumping into these people. Oh my God. That ain't even mentioning the pink cocaine. What it is, cocaine, the cocaine, they said. All right, so it was a part of the conspiracy that Sean Combs, aka, and all the names that we named, the defendant, agreed that a conspirator would blow it up, child, commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activity in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise. Y'all following this? Oh, child, this is a mess, Lord. All right, so notice of special sentencing factor. That's where we're at now, okay? What page we on? Oh, page 11. We breezing, y'all, because it's 14 pages. We almost done. All right, so notice a special sentencing factor. All right, so number 15 says from at least or in about 2009 up to and including in or to about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, as part of his agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, Sean Combs and all the names that we named, the defendant agreed to in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruit and entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, advertise, maintain, patronize, and solicit by all or rather any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means or force, threaten of force, fraud, and coercion as described in Title 18 under the State Code, Section 1591, 2, and any combination of such means would be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial SEX act in violation of Title 18 United States Code. It gives the code. All right. Count 2. Ooh, child. SEX trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, Lord. Ooh, Diddy, why you getting all the charges, you selfish bastard? You selfish bastard. You get all the fucking charges. All right, so the grand jury further charges, all right, from at least in or about 2009 up to and including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs and all the names that we named, the defendant, okay, in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, provided, obtained, advertised, maintained, patronized, and solicited by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that the means of force, threat of force, fraud, and coercion as described in Title 18, the United States Code, Section 1591 to move that. Ooh. Okay. And any means, would be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial SEX act and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained a person, victim one, and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused victim one to engage in commercial SEX acts, knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact of victim one was engaging in commercial SEX acts as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. Okay. Count 3. Transportation to engage in prostitution with a P. The grand jury further charges, okay, from at least or in about 2009 up to and including in or about 2024 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, aka, and all the names that we named, the defendant, honey, knowingly transported an individual in interstate and foreign commerce with intent the individual engaged in prostitution with a P and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs transported, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the transportation of female victims and commercial SEX workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with the intent that they engage in prostitution with a P. My Lord. Forfeiture allegation, all right, or allegations, because that's plural. Number 18, as a result of committing the offense alleged in court in count 1 of the indictment, Sean Combs and all the names that we named, which is the offendant, shall forfeit the United States pursuit to Title 18 United States Code, Section 1963, and any and all interest the defendants acquired or maintained in violation of Title 18 the United States Code 1962, and any and all interest in securities of claims against the property or contractual rights of any kind affording a source of influence over the enterprise named and described herein, with which rather the defendant established, operated, controlled, conducted, and participated in the conduct of in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1962, and any and all property constituting and derived from proceeds obtained directly and indirectly said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. This shit has been traced. Lord have mercy. Diddy, they got your ass. They got your ass, sir. All right, so because y'all know some of this stuff was Cash App. Did y'all know that? I was reading somewhere else too. Some of these people were paid via Cash App. That's traceable. Did y'all know that? All they got to do is show their Cash App and say, hey, it shows the date and everything when you received the money. Woo, child. And they keep in mind, they confiscated all of his phones, so he cannot say that I didn't send that, because all 9 of your phones that you were operating from were sending out this illegal bullshit. So they already know this shit came from you. Now, as a result of committing the offenses alleged in count 2 of this indictment, Sean Combs and all the names that we named, which he is the defendant, shall forfeit the United States pursuant, I think that's how you say that, the Title 18 United States Code Section 1594, and any and all property, real and personal, involved in, used, or extended to be used to commit or to facilitate the commission of said offense, and any and all property traceable to such property, any and all property, real and personal, constituted and derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as part of said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of property involved in said offense, and proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. All right. As a result of committing the offense alleged in count 3 of the indictment, Sean Combs, which is the defendant, shall forfeit the United States pursuant, I don't know how you say that shit. Title 18, United States Code, Section 2428. Any and all property, real and personal, constituting and derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offense, and any and all properties, real or personal, that was used or intended to be used to commit or facilitate a commission of said offense. Okay. And Title 18, United States Code, Section 981, and Title 28, United States Code, Section 2461. Any and all property, real and personal, that constitutes, all right, move it, or is derived from proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. Substitute asset provision. That's where we're reading from now. All right. Number 21 says that if any of the above described forfeitable property as a result of any act or omission of the defendant cannot be located upon exercise of due diligence, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third person, Janice Combs, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court, has been substantially diminished or value, or has been commingled with other property which cannot be subdivided without difficulty. It is the intent of the United States pursuant, I think that's how you say that, guys. I'm sorry. To Title 18, United States Code, Section 1963, Title 21, United States Code, Section 853, and Title 28, United States Code, 2461, to seek forfeiture of any other property to the defendant up to the value of the above forfeitable property. All right. And then it just gives a bunch of codes. And guys, we are at page 14. That is the entire deposition. That is the entire deposition. Diddy, they got your ass. They got your ass, sir. They got your ass. Did y'all hear this? 14 pages. And I'm pretty sure this is not all of the pages. Cassie's deposition, I told y'all in my other video, had 55 pages that could not be read because it was so bad. It could not be shared with the public, all the shit that she went through with Diddy. 55. And y'all know her deposition was long as hell because I read it. This nigga here. Oh my God. Y'all, this was a whole enterprise, and he hid his dirt behind his businesses that he was doing, like the recording stuff, kind of like R. Kelly did. Like he was doing the trafficking stuff too, but he was hiding it through like artists that he was working with through his studio. And Diddy was doing the same thing through like his clothing line. That's why the clothing line don't want to fuck with him no more. His media company, the Carisha Please, that's why he set that up. It was all a deflection so that people would think, oh, he's such a businessman. He's doing this, he's doing this. When really over here, he's trafficking people. He's got pals that he's holding up to people. He's threatening people and telling them, no, you got to go do this FO. He did the same thing to Cassie. At an event that they were at, he told Cassie, and this was around her birthday. She was like, look, I'm going to go party with my homegirls. He was like, no, the fuck you ain't. I got an FO set up for you. She was like, it's my birthday. And she was getting ready to leave. He had his security grab her forcefully by the arm and let her know, Mr. Combs have told you, you cannot leave. You cannot leave. It's in the deposition. Go read it. He told her, you cannot leave. Diddy told her, I need you at such and such hotel at such and such time, and you better have your ass there. So around her birthday, she didn't get to celebrate her birthday like she wanted to. She was doing FOs with individuals she didn't even know without protection in a hotel room, high on ketamine and pink coquiana and whatever else he decided to put in her system. And which now Cassie has also said that she's taken so much of that shit over the years that she has memory loss. So think about all the people who've been made to do these things because they said they were forced into doing these things. They didn't want to do that. They were lured there. And when I say lured, his sons who get all chummy with these girls, and they feel like, oh my God, I'm hanging with P. Diddy's sons. You want to come back to the house for a party? They get there and boom, you stuck. You can't leave. You're made to do trafficking. And every one of them are profiting from this business. His sons are profiting. They're driving around in Ferraris from girls being drugged and being made to do sexual acts that they do not want to do. And they living high on the hog while these girls are being pretty much R-worded. And the crazy thing about this entire situation with Diddy is, bitch, you got daughters. You have daughters. So how do you have this much disdain and disrespect for women when you are raising daughters? How would you like it if someone made your own daughters do the same things that you're doing to somebody else's daughter? Because he was going to do the same thing to Danny Kane. Did y'all know that? I told y'all that. Aubrey O'Day and some of the other girls in the group, and go back to Gene Deal's interview where he said that Diddy told him verbatim, and that's on the Art of Dialogue, just in case y'all want to go look it up. Go look up Gene Deal's interview on the Art of Dialogue, where he said that P. Diddy told him verbatim, I am going to traffic them. And he says, no, the fuck you're not. That's somebody's daughter. So Gene Deal protected Danny Kane from being trafficked by Diddy. And he was hiding, having them in the music business to where people wouldn't even think that that was going on. But that was his intention the whole time. Can you imagine? You just want to live your life, and a random person who you don't even know, you're being held in a hotel room for days. They said this went on for days. For days, you are held in a hotel room with strangers coming in and out of your room, violating you. And you're made to do that. And if you fight back and say, I'm not doing that, then you're being done. It's by force. You got people that come in and regulate you and say, Mr. Combs said you got to stay here. That's why he rent out the whole entire floor. So you don't hear anything. There's no witnesses. At these hotels, he rent out the entire floor. Where he beat up Cassie, the entire floor was rented out. I told y'all in my other video. That's why you see no heads poking out when he was beating her. If you're in your hotel room and you hear a vase breaking or somebody throw something and it's loud, you're going to poke your head out and say, what was that loud sound? We didn't see any of that on that video. Nobody came out to help her. You know why? Because there was nobody on the floor. He rented the entire floor, and he does that so he can hide his crimes. Now he's trying to debunk the video as to say that he and Cassie were having a moment to where she was upset, where she saw another woman in his phone, and she threw a phone and hit him in the head and ran out of the room. So if you ran right out behind her again, why did it take you all of 10 minutes off? Well, not even 10 minutes. Let's say 7 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes to run out behind her. It don't take that long to wrap a towel around you and run out the door. It don't take you that long. So if she hit you in the head with a phone, I'm pretty sure that pissed you off because we know you're violent. We saw that. So why didn't you run like right out behind her when she did that? It took you a while. You were in the shower, according to Cassie's deposition, you liar. And you realized she wasn't there because you had already set up an FO for her. And she said, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm getting ready to get my shit as much as I can while he's in the shower being distracted. And I'm getting the hell out of here. And when he got out and realized, probably was talking to her and realized she wasn't talking back to him and said, this bitch done got out of here and left. Then put his towel around him, ran out behind her, and that's when we saw everything that happened. And that same video is going to be the one that actually bring him down, because it's going to show, one, that you're holding her against her will. She tried to leave. You stopped her. Coercion, you tried to make her not testify. And all of those things have been, all of those things were in your phones that the feds have already confiscated and got up off you. So Diddy already knew that this was coming down months before we knew. Hell, he already knew what was going down when Cassie's lawsuit came out. He already knew. He already knew. He already knew. So I do not think he does have another case tomorrow, you guys, where they're trying to, his attorney is trying to appeal his bond to where the judge said, no, he cannot have a bond, like I said, because he is a flight risk and he is very dangerous to society, and they are in fear that other people will be coerced into changing their stories and not cooperating with the feds and or testifying. So they did deny his bond. So that is why he is still sitting in jail, and they're saying that he will be sitting there until his trial, which that could be what? A trial like this, because it's going to take time to get a trial like this, which is a huge, this is going to be huge like the OJ trial. Okay, this is only 14 pages. You got to get all your witnesses together. You got to get all their statements together. You got to get all your evidence and stuff together. And I'm pretty sure they do have a lot of things together, but in order to get a trial of this magnitude together, it's going to take time. He could be sitting in jail for 5 years before they even get to him. Look how long R. Kelly was sitting in jail before they had his trial, his first trial. Diddy, you are looking at 3 trials. You're looking at life for all 9 of your charges that you've been charged with for just New York alone. We haven't even got to Miami, and we haven't got to LA yet. So, bitch, you are looking at rotten in jail. Praise God. Okay. Praise God. Praise God. Because we've been waiting on this for a very long time. So shout out to everybody who has experienced some type of violence or disrespect or anything towards Diddy, where he stole money from you, where he's fucked up your career, where he's blackballed you in the industry. You are being vindicated as of today because Diddy is in jail. Okay, and he is headed to prison. Did y'all enjoy the deposition? I tried to give you guys as much information that I could with this case. I've been digging. As I get more developments, I will give you guys those updates as well. Shout out to Gossip of the City, because that's where we actually read the deposition from. I searched. I was like, Lord, I want to read them the deposition, because that's where you find the whole meat and potatoes of the case. All right. So this spoke volumes. All right. These girls were drugged. Go back and read Don Richards' deposition as well, because I read hers. She also spoke in there that Diddy made her go to parties that she didn't want to go to, and that she actually saw young underage girls at these parties being drugged and taken advantage of. So boom, there's more witnesses right there. Okay, there's more witnesses right there. She says she witnessed with her own eyes underage girls being drugged and taken advantage of, and she also witnessed Cassie being abused one time when Diddy invited her and Kalina, the 2 girls from the Dirty Money group, to come to his house for some type of meeting. They got there. Diddy came down and was expecting Cassie to cook him breakfast. She was making eggs. Y'all remember this. She wasn't making them fast enough. He was high, and he spazzed out on her and started dragging her up the stairs and assaulted her. These girls saw this. And when Don Richard put it into her deposition and she spoke about it, a few days later, the other girl in the group, Kalina, says she saw nothing. But then we find out that Diddy, let me pull the receipt on that. Let's stop this. Diddy called her all of 54 times. Let's do that before we get off here, to coerce her into shutting her damn mouth. And I feel like she was paid as well to be quiet. She was paid very royally. Just so y'all know, I ain't making shit up. That's extreme. If somebody called me 54 times, bitch, you getting blocked. You are being blocked, bitch. Okay, don't call me 54 times. That's harassment at this point. It says assistant U.S. attorney says that Diddy called former Dirty Money bandmate Kalina Harper 54 times in one day after Don Richard filed her lawsuit and before Kalina made an opposing statement. So he had to get to Kalina because Kalina been cool with Diddy. I feel like Kalina might have had some FOs with him because she goes both ways. Y'all remember Kalina from Love and Hip Hop, where she openly admitted that she was dating a woman while being married to her husband, and she and her husband shared said woman. So she's down with the freaky bullshit. And I see her probably participating in some of the extracurricular activities with Diddy because she was always going to those parties. So he knew who to reach out to say, hey, don't say anything. Do not take up for Don. Don't give a statement because that could inadvertently stop your fucking career. Because she is a songwriter. 54 times is extreme. Let's get into this. Says the neighbors, the T continues. According to the U.S. attorneys, Diddy has contacted several witnesses, including some that received grand jury subpoenas. See, they already getting people together because this case got to get going. Now, the AUSA pointed out that Diddy also contacted Kalina Harper, who was part of Dirty Money, calling her 54 times in one day. That's extreme. In terms of timing, the calls took place after Don Richard filed her bombshell lawsuit that accused Diddy of sexual assault and a slew of other things and named Kalina 33 times as a witness. The AUSA believed that Diddy contacting these witnesses plays a part in many of the witnesses expressing fear when they were interviewed. Okay, they were scared to talk. He already let them know, I make people disappear. Now, the calls all took place before Kalina made a statement in Instagram opposing things that Don mentioned in her lawsuit. All right. She's like, I don't know shit about that. I ain't never seen that. I never saw Cassie being hit. You were standing right there when he called you there for the meeting. You and Don said you were standing right beside her, but you told Don not to get in people's relationship business, according to the deposition. So you very much so saw Diddy drag Cassie upstairs and put paws on her, but you didn't say nothing because you didn't want your money to be fucked up. Says that she said that she never witnessed any illegal or abusive activity that Don made in her claim. So what he calling you 54 times for? Somebody check her bank account and see if it went from 0 to $1 million right quick. Because we know them love and flip-flop checks don't be paying like that. So if we see an extra few millions in your account, bitch, then we know what had happened in that situation. 54 times, bitch, he was calling you to tell you shut your damn mouth and tell you go check your account right quick because he done shot you some money to be quiet. Okay, and you and Don supposed to be like this. So that's very weird that you would turn on your friend versus protecting her when she is out here begging for help from this crazy ass fool who never paid her a dime for writing every fucking single song from Dirty Money. In addition to Kalina, he owe you too. So what you capping for this man for? He ain't pay you either. Kalina and Don wrote every song for Dirty Money, and all he did was get on there and talk a little bit. And they were not paid for not one song. They weren't paid for not one tour. And the album went platinum. Hello, good morning. Y'all remember? They were not paid for any of those songs. But you sit here and count for a nigga who ain't pay you, who owe you thousands, probably millions. I get it. You're probably scared of him. But right is right and wrong is wrong. Ask somebody to put you in witness protection, girl, and talk. Sing, honey, like a mass choir. And let everybody know this nigga is crazy. He owed me money too. Yes, I saw it. That's why his ass ain't getting out on bail. He ain't gonna get out tomorrow either. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you he not getting out. How much y'all want to put on it? I guarantee you he ain't getting out. I don't care how many times y'all change the judge. They know he's a dangerous man. They've been sitting back watching all these SA assault cases coming out, all these abuse allegations against Diddy. They know he's dangerous. They've kicked down his doors. They've investigated him. They've been watching him for years. I told y'all in my other video, the feds, when they come for you, they don't just come because they saw you hit one person. They don't just come because of one allegation. They wait and let the shit pile up. So much so until you can't wiggle out of it. Their case is airtight, Diddy. So you saying, oh, not guilty. Okay, bitch. Okay, Diddy. Okay, Diddy. We'll go with that. Even though we know you're going to be found guilty of probably all 9 charges and beyond. They're probably going to pull out some more damn charges on your ass when they get to testifying. I mean, damn. But that's our show for tonight, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I try to give y'all all this Diddy news. I hope you guys aren't like bogged down with all this Diddy news. But Diddy news is hot right now. We got to get it out there. There's so many developments in this damn case, y'all. And if I get more, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to come back and give it to you. Okay. So hopefully by the time we wake up in the morning, ain't nothing else crazy going on. Okay. Ain't nobody been pow, nobody car blown up or no shit like that. Because y'all know how Diddy operate. All right. But thank you guys so much for being here. Let me look at a couple comments right quick before we get out of here, child. Said, great show, real. I appreciate it. All right. Said that she's probably on them tapes too. She probably is. He probably got some. Yeah. She's probably on some tapes too. You're right about that. So she's cooperating fully because she don't want her ass out there on the streets. Said that Diddy get him swallowed up, his child, and is. Okay. All right. Muted Expression says that Law said, y'all see Tracy Braxton's husband attack this. What? Physically? You mean physically or verbally? You talking about verbally attacked or physically? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Because I just covered him this morning with his interview with Sherelle's World. Y'all know he did an interview with Sherelle's World where he told all the business, child. Talking about the Braxton girls is fake over there and lying on the show, child. We talked about it this morning. Awesome commentary. Thank you so much, dear Strawberry Taffy. Thank you. All right. Let's continue. They says that Cassie said he paid the hotel off and he did pay the hotel off, but obviously he didn't pay him enough because that video got out. Okay. It says, do you remember that about Kalina? Yup. Y'all know I don't tell no lies over here. All right. Said I asked because I worked in hotels at security on their floors, no cameras. It said that maybe the hotel did have them on their floors. All right. Okay. I said in jail, they're going to be telling him, take that, take that. Y'all are hell in the chat. Okay. Somebody said, oh, damn. All right. Yes, child. Somebody said, what, Kalina? Yes, girl, Kalina. 54 times. Yes, girl. That's extreme. Somebody called me 54 times. Just know you blocked probably at time 5. You call me 5 times back to back. It better be a damn emergency. Okay. If it ain't no damn, yeah, I'm like, okay. Text me and then like call me and then text me like, Rail, pick up. It's emergency. If you just like hanging up, calling, yeah, you block because you on some bullshit. I said, yeah, it seems a payoff. Yeah, he paid her. Allegedly. I mean, I can't prove it. I ain't seen no cash apps or nothing, but I feel like he paid her. I feel like he paid her to make that statement, okay? I said, yes, that's much for the info. Yes, so sad. Yes, Kalina. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. I said, yes, good Diddy breakdown. Caramel, yes, y'all know I'm gonna break that thing down, baby. Y'all know. Let's get this one. This is a long one. It says, the hotel did have cameras. Diddy paid off the hotel to make the tapes go away. However, they kept it and paid for it to go away. The tape was in a vault because the hotel was closed down. You're right about that, okay? You are right about that. Not to mention Biggie and Pac. Yes, vindication for Biggie and Pac. He did. Pac might come up too. Art of Dialogue. Let me send y'all back over there. Shout out to him because I watch a lot of Art of Dialogue where Gene Deal also said that Diddy offered to pay him $13,000 to take out Biggie Smalls. So y'all know Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records because Diddy owed him a lot of money. Okay, and he had already found another label that he was signing to. Okay, yeah. And Diddy found out about it and went ballistic. All right, says always enjoy your real. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much. All right, says yep, and I don't think that he can get but $25. 25 on the books, baby. He about to be singing for honey buns like R. Kelly up in there. Take that. Y'all know that's Diddy dance. I can see it now. Okay, it says speak that real messy, and they all going to jail and is okay. Caramel Diddy attorney on CNN now. Okay, I gotta have my CNN sound over here. Y'all know that, child. I be trying to give y'all that news that y'all can use. It said at what point to have these child. So glad he's finally in jail. Me too, y'all. A lot of people are glad his ass is locked up finally. He's steady trying to get out. He's still, just like R. Kelly. I was like, this bitch, of all the evidence that they have, you still not sorry. You still not admitting to nothing you did. And I get it. You know you're facing a lot of time. But come on now, Diddy. Come on. They got too much evidence on this. The feds you dealing with. This ain't just some Joe Blow off the street. This the feds. It's the feds now. It's the feds, okay? And keep in mind, it's the feds. You can't fool the feds. They're watching your ass. It's called evidence. That's how they're going to convict you with evidence, okay? Not hearsay. Don't do that hearsay bullshit. They got evidence on you, sir. And what you doing 9 phones anyway? That's giving traffic, okay? That's giving trafficking right there. 9 phones? How you going to answer 9 phones? Boy, sit down. Yes, somebody said, I'm just skimming through. You guys are giving some good comments, okay? Feel free to continue to comment. All right, we're going to get on up out of here. I appreciate you all. Says thank you for your commentary and have a blessed night. You too. All right, you guys rest well. Let's get on out of here, honey. I appreciate you all for coming in and me being rude. Bell Wilson, KBR, Tyra, and Linda Gamble. Thank y'all for modding. Thank you, Truth TV Podcast. Thank you, Purple Unicorn, Dear Retalk Show. If you're in the building, Messy Hoes Atlanta, Boss Lady Brand, Girlfriend Chronicles, Love Seen Heard. All the mods that usually watch me. If there's any more, I'll be happy to shout you out as well. All right. Love you guys down. All right. Love you guys down. Let's get on out of here, honey. Boom. Like and subscribe. Okay. Like and subscribe.